This week on Habari Live.
Interview with Chef Patty, owner and executive chef of Losgidi Cafe. Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Tune in on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Don't miss this episode. We'll be all the way live.
Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmi, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Another episode of Habari Live where we keep you updated with the sports, news, and entertainment throughout the week. Like always, we're all the way live in Phoenix, Arizona, Paradise Valley, that is. And I am Damon Dipleen Ellison.
Iesha.
And Jimmy.
And welcome to another episode of Habari Live. Now, today we have a very, very special guest. We have Chef Patty, the owner of Lasgidi restaurant. Did I say it right?
Yep, Lasgidi
Okay, all
Cafe.
right, Lasgidi Cafe, focusing on Nigerian African cuisine. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Super excited we made this happen.
Oh my goodness, we're excited to have you in here. Your food looks amazing. Everything you do looks great. We've seen your pictures of everything you're doing. It looks amazing. We want to taste it.
Thank
So-
you. I know. So soon. I wish I could have made it happen today. I really tried.
But we need to get out. So where's your location? Where are you located?
So we're actually mobile. I take the being on wheels very literal. So we
Okay.
travel all across the valley
There you
from
go.
Anthem all the way down to like Gilbert,
Okay.
Mesa area.
So you guys got a food truck.
Yes, so we are a food truck. Very mobile food truck.
Dope, man. That's really dope. We
Yeah, that food truck. I done seen it online. It looks so. It's like one of the rawest food trucks I've ever seen.
Yeah. You see, let's you got a website, right?
Yes.
You got a picture of it on the site.
Yes.
Go ahead, pull up the site. Share this
yeah.
for people
take a
can see
look.
what it looks like.
LosgidiCafe.com.
Yeah, man. People. So, what brought you to Arizona?
So, my story is I mistakenly applied for a job in 2014.
Uh-huh.
It was in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Oh,
so
my
there's no
goodness.
way I would have applied for a job in a place I didn't know.
Right.
But they called me and they said, "Hey, you put in this application." I denied. But they were so adamant. He's like, "Hey, the director of the department wants to talk to you." So
Wow.
me and Ricardo definitely had a chat, and he sold me on this job,
Wow.
on his capacity to mentor me to becoming a successful healthcare administrator.
Wow.
And he told me all I had to do was take a chance. So at the time I was a single mom, had a 5-year-old,
Right.
living in Philly. My parents were in Jersey. They were my support.
Wow.
But I couldn't bring this like hunch down of moving to Arizona. So
Uh-huh.
I told my family, I was like, guys, I've got 2 weeks and I'm gone.
Wow.
And so her and I, September 15th, it was 9 years, just a couple
Wow.
days ago, we hopped on a plane and flew to Phoenix. I got a
Wow.
rental car, drove to Flagstaff.
Wow. Hey, man.
And
It
went up
started
there.
your job.
That's
It
tough.
started my job, yeah.
Now here's the food truck here. Life tastes good, man. That is. I love the
Life
colors.
tastes good.
It's
I
so
love everything.
vibrant.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Everything is hitting so
So-
good. Look at that.
Those colors are depictive of the Danfo buses in Nigeria. Those are the commuter buses. They're called Danfo.
Oh.
And so every museum and every time I went as a child to
Uh-huh.
anything that reminded me of Nigeria, it always had the Danfo bus present.
Wow.
Because of those vibrant ombre, orange, yellow,
Yeah.
green colors. So
Dope.
it was almost a no-brainer when it came time to design the truck
Yeah.
that it had to have those
Right, and the
colors.
colors pop, man.
Yeah.
It just
They
pop.
really do.
And you definitely gonna see me come
Definitely.
down. Okay.
So explain to us what's the cuisine in the bottom right hand corner there. The
All
little
right.
puff balls.
Yep. So puff, one puff,
Mhm.
2 puffs. So they're called puff puffs.
Okay.
They are think Nigerian style beignet, like a small donut.
Oh, okay.
It's light and it's airy inside, and it's got
Okay.
like a cinnamony nutmeg
Mm.
flavor. And on the truck, we like to top it off with a little confectionery
Oh
sugar.
my
So
goodness.
they are like the desserts that aren't technically desserts.
Oh my goodness. Can you scroll down and show the people some of the cuisines they have there?
Yeah. So we teach cooking classes as well. Those are some of the images that you see there. We've got egusi soup, which is one of like our staples. Ground melon seeds. That's
Mm.
what you dip in the fufu. Everyone loves it. I call it like the TikTok champion for
There go one right
Nigerian
there. Yeah,
foods.
click on that one right there in the
The one with
after
the
Yeah,
Scotch
Right there,
the
peppers.
yes.
goat. Yep. So that is
That's
our
goat?
asun. So that is grilled and marinated
Okay.
goat. We slowly marinate that, then we put it over an open grill to kind of get
Man,
that nice
I
char.
have not had goat yet, so I'm willing to try.
Come on down. Yeah, it's got a
Yeah.
spicy little kick, but it's real good.
Man,
Nice
that-
and tender.
My mouth is watering.
That looks excellent, man. It looks really, really good.
Yeah, thank
Man.
you.
Really does, man.
Look, my mouth has been watering since the day I
Man.
seen that
And
post in the dark
that's the
Phoenix.
Jollo,
That's
right?
the king, queen of the
Ooh.
Nigerian cuisine, jollof rice.
Oh my
That is
goodness.
our staple. It's the heartbeat of West Africa. Everyone knows and loves jollof rice.
Yeah.
Super nutritious. I think it's gluten free. It could be prepared vegan, vegetarian, so it's good for everyone.
Man. So what meat is that on the
And
side
that's
there?
the goat next
That's
to
also
it.
goat.
Yeah.
Man, it
And
looks
so you can
yeah,
serve it
man.
with wings, beef. I mean, jollof is just so versatile.
Man, it looks good. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we have to go ahead, bring us back, bro. We have to get over there. So where are you guys usually parked where people can usually get to you?
So best way to find us is going to be on this website here on the food truck tab. Every
Okay.
week I update our locations
Okay.
because we are at a different location every day.
Okay.
We try to get to all the festivals. This year we'll be doing the Scottsdale Food and Wine Festival
Mm.
on November 4th. We'll be doing the Arizona Growers Wine Festival over in March. We do
Okay.
a couple of like
See,
trunk
look,
and treats around
I knew
October.
it was
So
the
we
reason
move
why I
around.
told you I wanted to go to a wine festival.
Yes.
I knew it was a reason.
Yeah,
Yes,
hey,
yes.
that's really, really exciting, man. So how did you start? Are you second generation Nigerian?
No, I actually was born in Nigeria.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yup. So my family and I came over here in 96. I was 8.
Wow.
And we relocated to Jersey. My dad's been here since like the 70s.
Okay.
But my mom, my siblings, and I came over here in 96 and
Wow.
lived in New Jersey.
Wow. So how was that? How was the culture shock of moving to
Whew.
America, coming from Nigeria?
The assimilation was crazy. Actually, one of the stories that I tell about the start of the food truck was
Mhm.
that when I first came to America, here I am in 3rd grade, my mom would pack me my lunch because in Nigeria, you packed your own lunch to
Right,
school.
right.
So I would pack things like rice and fish and eggs, the meals that I were used to.
Right.
And it came with a scent because my mom
Right.
cooked it the traditional way.
Right, most
And
definitely.
so I ate lunch alone, a lot. Until, I had to start learning the different, getting a
Yeah,
sandwich here
right.
and there, bringing a
Don't
brown
bring
paper
don't
bag.
bring
like-
fish.
Don't bring fish.
Fish
Still
is
don't
not-
bring fish.
Don't bring fish.
That is, I think that is the one thing you don't bring fish into.
To the office setting
No.
at
At
all.
all.
Any
At
sentence
all.
with other people. I don't know. It just
It's
stinks.
just something that you have to eat
Yeah.
at home
If
or
you're
in a
not-
restaurant.
I just if you're not eating it, it stinks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
if everyone's eating it, maybe.
Yeah.
But man, that office, whoo, and popcorn.
Indeed.
burnt popcorn.
Oh my
Oof,
goodness.
That's the worst. It takes forever to
Man,
get up.
when you bring that to the office, we hit you with the womp
Every time.
womp. Straight up. Do not bring that in there. And then you gotta
Yeah.
burn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It never it don't never fails you. It has to be burned. So talk about some of the people that inspired you to start your truck and get your truck going, coming out here. You just have you and your daughter, right?
So now I got booed up in the pandemic. I got married. And that's how I got the 2-year-old, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So my husband, myself, I have a 2-year-old, I have a 14-year-old,
Wow.
and I'm in the process of fostering a 16-year-old
Wow.
also
Wow. That's
right
amazing.
now. Thank you.
That's amazing.
Thank you. My aunt is here. My sister has since relocated.
Wow.
She's got her fiance and her son now.
So you got a whole family here
Yeah,
now.
and then my cousins are moving down,
Wow.
so it's becoming a little situation. And they're my inspiration, man. You know, when we first got started, they put in the hours of work for me. They've been doing catering the parties. We started as a pop-up.
Yeah.
They put in their free time and energy
Right.
to help these pop-ups
Yeah.
really go. You know, my parents, of course, even though they're like, "What are you doing? Why do you want to be doing food truck? Shebi, you went to school, you read your books." And I'm like, it's the passion, man.
Yeah.
You know, I still work full time.
Right.
I'm a hospital administrator. I'm
Oh
an
my
adjunct
goodness.
professor,
Wow.
but I love this stuff. So
Right.
this is the stuff that fuels me, and it really drives me and it keeps me going. And so
Man.
at least at that level, I've got their support.
You have it, man. You have the passion, and you have that bright desire that just burns. You can see it.
Thank
And
you.
you know, I can say one thing about people that come from Africa. They set all the countries that I've noticed, they set high precedent for their kids.
Especially when it comes to
Um,
education.
Yeah, and when it comes to
Mhm.
education and what they want them to do, and it's just dope to hear you talk about that, because we kind of lost, some of us
Yeah.
has lost that
Sight
in
of that.
America,
Absolutely.
and some of our people, we don't point our children, and we don't set high aspirations. You know what I mean? So coming here, how did you stay focused on what you need to do, and not have to worry about the things of, like, some of the things of that we get caught up in, racism and some of those things? Do you not think about those things at all, and you just do what you need to do?
Oh, no. So, I mean, I'm black first.
Right.
I get pulled over before he sees my license and sees my African name. He sees my black skin.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Definitely. You know, the plight is the same. Now, I think for sure the racial biases, or, you know, the biases against African Americans versus African, I have heard a gamut of it, you know, that the Africans call the African Americans lazy, African Americans calls the African privileged, you know what I mean?
Right.
But we literally are the same people, right? Like, they
Definitely.
went to Africa, took us, brought us here,
Right.
and literally had to kind of rediscover. I just find that, of course, coming from Nigeria, where we had to pay for education, you know what I mean? So every dollar that my parents spent, trust me, they reminded me,
Yeah.
was towards my education, and it did not come for free. It was a
Mhm.
trade for them
Right.
working. And so that has always kind of been at the forefront of
Yeah.
everything that I did. And when I
Mhm.
got when I got pregnant in
Mhm.
college and had my daughter, I knew that I almost had to double up now
Right.
to make up for whatever was lost. So graduating was not an option. It had to happen.
Right.
Getting my master's was not an option. It had to happen. And just keep pushing,
Right.
so that she would see me and go, "Oh man, I got big shoes to fill," you know?
Right.
And that's how we keep that kind of generational
Man.
cycle pushing.
That's real, man.
Definitely.
I mean, education is such a key to
Absolutely.
everything. It may not be your passion in the end, what you want to do, but to get educated and to learn, to know how to speak in front of people,
Yeah.
to know how to read, and to be able to speak to people in large places, small places, with educated people, uneducated people. That's what it takes in this day and nation. So I see Nigeria, they're doing a really good job of keeping people updated with technology. They're really doing a good job. They're pushing the forefront on those things. Do you keep up what's going on in Nigeria?
Yeah, so a lot of my first cousins are still in
Okay.
Nigeria. My mom is one of like 23. My dad's one of 18. So
Mhm.
I got like 11 cousins.
Hold on, wait. She said, y'all see how fast she said that?
Wow.
She said her mom was one
One
of
of
23.
23. Yeah. So not same mom. Her father practiced polygamy. And so
Wow.
he had multiple wives. So,
Right.
but that is the accumulation of all
Oh
of
my
them
goodness.
from all the marriages.
And then dad had 18.
18. Yup.
You know what? Now I hate to bring the subject up, but I've been crying about this all week, man.
Yeah.
Because people online love to fight about the word polygamy and what it means to different people. Nowadays, what you just said is he had plenty wives.
Yeah.
That's polygamy.
Yeah.
These people, they didn't change the whole meaning of it now.
Yeah.
It's
But
like,
polygamy and
I don't even-
polyamorous are different.
what's the difference?
Well, I think polyamorous is this kind of sexual relationship amongst
Polygamy is
All individuals.
so
What's the-
polygamy for, I guess, I don't know if it's more culture or religion when you're Nigerian. So a lot of the
Ah.
Muslims, my mother, her whole
Right.
family is Muslim. Her dad,
Right.
it was accepted within, expected within the culture. So the idea
Wow.
is that you don't put the burden on one woman of
To
bearing
have all
children.
the kids.
Right.
So that's the mindset, of course. And
How
so
many kids do they want?
all right, but so the more children that you had, it was almost how you showed your wealth, how you showed your power.
Right.
So the more children you were able to have, it meant you were strong, you were agile, people
Wow.
could respect you.
Right.
And of course, you had more hands to build up whatever it is that you needed to build up.
Yep,
And so
the
that's
farm,
kind
take
of
care
how
of
you
the
showed your
farm.
status
Right.
in Nigeria. So the more you could, the better.
Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah.
It's just so different, man, how terms change and things change. And I think we just look down. Our society look down on everyone's relationships around the world. We're just so crazy because we just see things the way
we see things.
Right.
Yes.
We have a hard time understanding that people do things differently around the world.
Well, America thinks they're the best. So if you think you're the best, everybody else is not the best.
Right.
Doing something wrong.
Right.
So you're going to criticize it.
Most
And it makes
definitely.
no sense to me.
It doesn't. I'm trying to learn other cultures and instead of trying to push my culture onto people. You know what I mean? And that's my whole thing. I'm open-minded about it all. Just want to learn because at the end of the day, we haven't been in these places. So the only thing we can do is take the word from someone like you or other people who have been in these places. So you've been back?
Yes. So since 96, I went back in 2015 and I have not been back yet. But next year, fingers crossed, I got to make it happen.
Yeah, man.
My grandmother, she's 103 now.
Wow.
So, she might not have much time left. But every year I say that, she's still here. I'm like, dang, Granny, you waiting for me?
Wow.
She might be.
She waiting on you to come home.
Right?
Yeah,
like one more time. And she's still, she's still doing well. She's still in good spirits and all of that. So,
man, that's dope.
Yeah.
That is dope. So, I mean, to get a food truck is not cheap. So did you have to do everything, get your stuff together and get your loans? Or did you save up and get your truck yourself?
So I did a little bit of both. So half the cost came out of pocket.
Okay.
And the other half of the cost was a loan through a CDFI. It's a Community Development Financial Institute.
Wow.
So the SBA gives millions and millions of dollars to these
do.
CDFIs. And so the CDFI's job is that they're supposed to push it out into the economy to small businesses like myself.
Okay.
But then every time I say CDFI, everyone's eyes gets big because they don't know what that is. So how could the SBA, the government, give you money, but then no one knows that you have the money to disperse?
Right.
And that's probably one of like my biggest challenges as a small business is understanding why these organizations gatekeep.
Man, it's tough.
It blows my mind, especially
They're starting to get sued too because they're gatekeeping the funds. It was like when we was going through that program. What she's talking about is what I heard about in that program, and it was like I think this year it was like $1.65 million or something that they had available for small businesses
and
to
only
disperse.
Only certain businesses are getting this. But the problem is that, like you said, we don't know these things.
Yep.
And the people who know, they're telling the people who they want to know. And they're keeping the information from those who they don't want to know. You know what I mean? And people like you who were able to find. I know of the SBA, but I've never heard of the SDFI. So
yeah,
I'm learning something myself.
Oh,
and we're a small business, so and we looking options, trying to get money and grants. It's not easy.
No,
we've been turned down for pretty much every grant that we went for.
Likewise. I got tired of applying.
Man.
Yeah.
That's where we bought it right there.
Yeah. So I had to go the loan route because I got tired of trying to get money because I knew I wasn't going to have to pay it back. Oh, somehow you always pay it back.
Right.
So that's not even real. So that's why we went the CDFI route and got a loan to be able to cover the cost of the rest of the truck. And the rest has just been self-funded and just kind of funding through.
So how did you build your menu? What was your plan on your menu? How did you come to that final decision of like, this is the route we're going to go and these are the main meals that we're going to focus on?
Yeah. So our logo after Life Tastes Good is we make Nigerian food for everyone.
Okay.
So I had to think of a way that I was going to make the food that I grew up knowing, loving, cultural, with the stench and all of that and the color and the spice, but make it for everyone.
Right.
So my husband's dad is Nigerian and his mom is African American.
Okay.
So I knew I wanted a fusion of Nigerian food and American food.
There
So
you
I
go.
started there. So I took all of my favorite Nigerian foods.
Mhm.
I took the jollof rice, made a combo out of it. How do
Okay.
I make it American? Serve it with wings. Who doesn't love
Right.
wings, right?
Everybody loves
Take it
wings.
back Nigerian, add a little sweet and spicy kind of sauce to it, and then add either a side of plantain, which everybody knows, or a
Definitely.
side of puff puff, which still has more of that Nigerian flair.
Right.
I've got loaded fries. Who doesn't love loaded fries?
Man.
But then I top it with carne asada and suya spice, taking it back to Nigerian.
Right.
Suya spice is a peanut-based spice rub that's
Right.
found in the northern regions of Nigeria.
Right.
So season that up with all the seasonings that you and I know and love, and then load it with the crema that I make also.
Wow. So an African American Nigerian fusion.
Yes, absolutely.
It's dope.
We are a fusion.
That is dope, man.
Thank you.
I mean, it's dope because you got to.
Y'all don't understand how I'm sitting over here just like,
Man.
like, can I go with you when you go back home, please? I'm trying to get all the way in the country and try everything. I'm trying to try it all.
I got you. I had someone yesterday at the food truck. We were out, and he was like, "Just give me one of everything, one of the menu." I said, "You don't even want to hear about it." He was like, "No, just go on ahead, run it down. I try when I get home."
Man, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
I love everything that you're doing, man, because
Thank you.
it's what we need. We need to learn more about the African cuisine in America. When you go to the Midwest and the South, they have no idea about these cuisines, and they don't realize, but they don't realize like the Caribbean foods is mostly the African cuisine that they took out there, and people have learned
and
the
put their own
plantain,
put their own
and,
spin
right,
on it.
exactly,
like oxtail.
Right.
Oxtail is an African thing, so
Right.
that they added the molasses that they had to brown it,
Right.
and then you slow cook it.
Yep.
Oxtail
To give it that
staple.
smoke
Greens, collard greens,
Yep.
spinach that we dip what we call the agusi. It's just, you can make it with collard greens, you can make it with spinach.
Right.
They just didn't have those ground melon seeds anymore.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the palm oil to make their
Right.
sauce. So they took
They
it,
had to
they
do
extracted the
different
rest, and then kept the rest of it the same.
Yeah.
So I say collard greens and agusi are just
Same
kind of
thing.
like
It's the same.
it's just a metamorphosis of what one
Right.
used
So
to
they
be.
didn't have what
They didn't have the
needed.
ground melon seeds and the
Right.
palm oil anymore. So
Mhm.
if you extract that, you get
They
collard
found
greens.
substitutes for
Wow.
the ingredients that
Same
they
deal.
was
Yeah,
missing
man.
to be able to
make
make
they
the same
meals.
dish
Yeah.
with just a little bit different
Yeah.
flavors.
Definitely, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know how Africans came here and taught the Europeans how to make rice.
Yep.
Mhm.
They didn't know how to cultivate and how to make the rice and how to get it into the rice consistency and be able to grow it
Mhm.
in the environments
In the
that we was
soil.
growing it in. Right. We taught them all that. You know, they made money off the backs of their
Majority
knowledge.
of the dishes that we eat
Mm-hmm.
are from Africa.
Yeah.
Most of them.
And we taught Europeans
Yeah.
how to make those dishes.
Mhm. Except potato salad. That's
Except that's the only one we don't own that one.
We have no.
they get
hands
mad at
in
me all the time. I'll be
potato
like, "That's
salad.
why you always
That's
talk
not
about
an
the potato
African dish.
salad.
That's not a black
just
dish.
German. It's German.
German.
But they love complaining about it. Talking about who put the raisins in. Who cares?
Who cares?
It's European.
Right.
They
That's
put
why they put raisins in
right.
it.
I like that.
That's why it ain't from here, man.
Mhm.
But so who would you say was your number one inspiration to getting everything started and getting to this point? Because man, it's a huge deal. You have a food truck. You're doing big things. So who would you say was your number one inspiration that got you to this point?
I would definitely have to attribute that to my oldest daughter. You know,
Wow.
it's a lot to trust that your mom's gonna take you across the country and that you're gonna be okay. You know,
Yeah.
and she grew up. You know, she grew up fast because
Right.
we were just two girls living out in Arizona, middle of nowhere,
Right.
and we had to adapt. And it's been a lot of adaptation, and she has just always adapted and excelled. So
That's dope.
she has definitely been my driving force.
Round of applause. Because it takes a team to do everything, man.
Yes.
I wouldn't know where I would be without my people here. They take their
Yeah.
time to make sure that I'm good and we're good. So that's what it's about, man.
Absolutely.
People building, helping each other to get to a better place.
Yeah.
You know. So what's the future of Losgidi What do you see? Do you want a brick and mortar? Do you what's your future plans?
Yeah. So eventually we'll have to get into a brick and mortar
Mm-hmm.
space. Because right now we close in the summers because we know that it is
Woo.
astronomically hot in
Very,
Arizona
very.
in the summers. I do enjoy taking the summers off, I won't lie. But yeah, so looking to push into a brick and mortar,
Mhm.
maybe like late fall of next year.
Yeah.
We could start to see something sprouting. Location is ideal though in Arizona.
Yes.
So you got to really watch where you put stuff.
Mhm.
Big city.
Yes.
Big city in Phoenix. So
Ma'am, it's huge.
yeah.
You just my thing is you just want to be centralized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can figure out a way to get
Way
to
to
the
be
central
central.
Phoenix,
Mhm.
you're good to go.
And that's why we keep the food truck because I always want to be able to be mobile.
Mhm.
People just love it when they see the food truck come to their little
Yeah.
area. It almost feels like I'm bringing them a part of home. You know,
Mhm.
it's a very heartfelt feeling.
How do you guys like at our where we live, we have a lot of people from India there. So we have a couple of Indian trucks that come every what twice a month, something like that.
No, they're coming more than that now.
Yeah.
The last the last month or so, I've been seeing them every week.
Yeah, but that's what they do. They have a deal with the apartment building somehow, and they come out and they send an email out to them. And when they do deals like that, do they have to pay the apartment building, or is this like it's cool? We're just doing this out the kindness of our heart.
It all depends on the apartment complex. Sometimes apartment complexes charter out like a third party.
Okay.
So one of like the third party we work for that gets all of our apartment bookings. So she takes a cut of that. I don't think the apartment gets a cut of that.
Okay.
But if the apartment coordinates it on their own, they're usually just like, nope, no fees.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty dope. Do you do have you looked into anything like that?
Yep. So we do a lot of apartment runs. Yeah.
That's dope.
We do a couple. So yeah, you guys have to let me know where you live so I can get on the list.
We definitely want that. That would be dope to get you guys out there.
Man.
Yeah, they would like it because I believe we have all type people that live here. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they would be open to doing different
people
food,
usually are.
Yeah, man. So, and the Caribbean food, African food is same realm.
And I was looking when I was looking at some of the different meals and stuff last night, I was looking a lot of the meals they use like Oriental, Asian, Middle Eastern spices.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like,
Cumin,
it wouldn't.
curry,
it wouldn't be a big difference for
Indian
them.
people love African food.
Yeah,
African
so
people love Indian food.
Definitely. Because I mean, it's like
cumin.
I said, it's the cumin, the curry,
The
definitely, and that's what Americans are not used to.
Yep.
They are not
because
used
the smell
to
of curry is
especially
so
African
strong.
Americans. We're not used to that curry, man.
I remember when we first met, and you lived next. Well, it wasn't next door. They was on the bottom, adjacent to us. And they used to cook curry every day. Every day they would cook curry.
They didn't stop.
And when I first, I had only been here for like a year, 2 years, and I was like, what is the smell? I'm sitting out there, I'm like, are they cooking chitlins in some type of spice? Like, what is I was all the way thrown off.
Yeah.
But now I can smell it. Just walking through the complex, like, oh, somebody cooking. Dog, that curry smells so good.
But then it's like you at first because you don't know.
Yeah.
But then when you do try
and
it,
when you try
taste it, you start seeing. You can tell the different curries. I know that the yellow curry isn't my favorite. I don't know what that spice
that's
is.
like
but
turmeric.
The turmeric. I
have a favorite curry.
That's not my favorite.
The tikka masala.
I like the
with
red.
the butter.
Yeah, I like the red
chicken.
stuff.
The butter chicken. Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
My favorite curry is Steph Curry.
Oh.
Shout out to Steph though.
Oh my goodness. One time. So yeah, that's pretty dope, man.
Was that a good one?
Yeah, one time. It was all right.
It was
It was the dad joke of the week.
Right.
Did I make it funny?
Oh man.
So yeah, we're gonna you have anything that you wanted to show us really fast?
Some goodies?
Yeah.
I'm eyeballing the bag over there.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
show
do
us
it. All right. So I brought over our hand pie kit. So it is bagged in a nice little burlap sack with our logo, Lasgidi Cafe. And when you open it, so meat pies are one of the dishes that we make. They're like empanadas.
Ooh.
So that you don't have to figure out how to make them. I've got a little 4 set in here. So this is like our 5-inch. This is our standard I mean, you literally can make any kind of pie. I'll do like cheeseburger
Wow.
little patties. So you just lay your dough inside, you stuff it
Yeah,
with
stuff it
whatever,
and
you close
close it
pull the
up.
extra, and then if you want
Look.
like a calzone
Oh
size,
my
this is our
goodness.
6-incher. If you got like little appetizers that you want to make, you can
That's
do this side.
fun.
And if you want little minis,
Yeah.
Dumpling size.
yeah. So my kiddo loves like playing with these,
Yeah.
and we stuff them together.
What kind of dough? Any kind of pastry dough would
Yeah,
work?
any pastry, literally any pastry dough. I do
Yeah,
like
man.
fruit ones too, like little
Yeah.
apple pies. Especially whenever I gotta take stuff to the kids'
Right.
school, I'm like, oh yes,
That is
pie
dope.
kit.
Yep. See.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
those
Figured
all.
are
that was
fun.
useful.
I'm finna go look. Is there a recipe in there for the
I
pies?
can add one in there. I can add one in there. So this is our signature sauce.
Oh my
Yeah, I
goodness.
brought you some Ielata. I had to. So
Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
Ielata.
finna put that on some. I got
Yes.
some chicken thawed out now.
Mm,
Oh,
you can make you a nice little dish.
So what is it spiced with?
So it has bell pepper. It's got Roma tomatoes, onions, some habanero, bay leaves, onion powder, garlic powder,
Wow.
all-purpose seasoning, some curry, some dry thyme in
Oh my
here.
goodness. That
And so we
looks
let this
great.
marinate for like a good 4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
And then we jar it up. So this has literally, it's ready to eat. So you could just heat it up and
Uh-huh.
serve. It goes over rice, chicken, beef, fish.
Wow.
You could put it on eggs. You can make it as a dip. You literally can make
Right.
anything with it. And a little bit goes a long way. So about half this jar
Mhm.
and maybe like a cup of like water or broth or something to thin it out. You'll be good to go.
Yeah, we definitely trying it.
yep.
Yeah.
You know
it.
And then
I
there's
am
just
on
a little
it.
wristband in here for
Oh, we
y'all.
appreciate
And it
that.
just says the answer is always Lasgidi Jolo.
I love
Hey,
it, man.
look.
Oh man, that looks so good. Look at the spices in there, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. It's
Mm.
better than
That
any
over here for,
ragu.
let's see that over here for Instagram
Oh
so they
yes,
can see.
for the
Yeah, there
baggies
you go.
and the sauce.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks
Y'all-
terrific,
y'all see
man.
this? That is the signature Aguilata.
Yeah, that looks great. I love it.
Thank
Yeah, man.
you.
Anytime,
Get y'all some.
man. So real fast, let the people know your website real fast. We're gonna take a break, but before we take one, let them know their website and how to contact you.
Yeah, so I can be reached easiest via website www.losgidicafe.com.
Mhm.
We love social media. I respond. I'm friendly. DM me at Losgidi Cafe PHX on Instagram and Losgidi Cafe on Facebook. I'm learning TikTok, so hit me up on there too at Losgidi Cafe PHX.
Man, we love it. All right, Jimmy, let's take a quick break. We're gonna be back with more Lasgidi, Miss Chef Patty. Welcome back to Habari Live. So today we have Lasgidi. They have a beautiful food truck. They put out beautiful food, and Miss Patty's came through. Chef Patty's came through and taught us a little bit how to eat some good Nigerian food, man. So we got to catch up with you. We have to catch up with you and get this truck because I haven't had the full experience.
Yes,
So you
you
know what I
need the
mean? So I
experience.
definitely need to engulf myself in this Nigerian food and get to learn it because I don't think I've had it.
And I'm trying to go to somebody's house so I can learn how to make it.
Yes, we do cooking classes also. It's probably like one of the things that I love the most.
Really?
Yeah, our cooking classes
Man.
or an Airbnb. You can book it as an experience.
Man,
It's super dope.
that is dope too. Because
Oh, yeah.
I can't cook
Yeah.
nothing. I suck. But let's go on. We're gonna talk some more. We're gonna do some news really fast.
Yeah.
Let's go over to it. Let's do Run Habari News Weekly.
Now, this week's Habari News Weekly with Dipleen Ellison, sponsored by.
We're gonna talk about Get Amp Live. They do the streaming concerts, and Archie is media, which also can do your photography and any videos that you want. Contact us. What is a full day? Was 500, half day 300. That's all video prices, and we also got the photography to come through if you need the photography. And hit us up at info@habarientertainment.com, and we will get back to you to get any projects that you have or events that you need get done. Let's talk about, man, right now we're preparing for a government shutdown as House Republicans lack a viable end game for funding. The White House on Friday directed federal agencies to get ready for a shutdown after House Republicans left town for the weekend with no viable plan to keep the government funded, with overt political and economically costly disruption of federal services. So, I mean,
I feel like every 6 months,
it seems like once a year now they
we're
play
doing
around with this
a government shutdown.
Yeah, you're right, because they had the debt limit stuff, and they was playing with that.
Yep.
Nowadays, they just can't agree on anything. These things used to be easily agreed upon, and they would just pass through. That's why we never heard about these things.
Right.
But now they fight about everything, and everything to get passed is a battle and a fight. Republicans are embarrassed by the other Republicans that's acting like this, because what you got the Coney Barrett lady, I forget that lady name. She's the crazy blind. I forget her name. She's insane. So you got McCarthy. He's in a situation where he can't persuade his hard right flank of Republicans to allow Congress to approve a temporary funding measure. So he's caught in the middle and looking kind of silly. And he's also the person that's trying to push the impeachment of Biden, which is dumb. Just dumb.
And that's the thing I don't get. Like, what is the purpose of impeaching him?
Man, it's so dumb. We don't even know what they're impeaching him for. Nobody
is it
does.
because of Hunter?
I think so. I don't even know, bro. I haven't even been look. I straight up haven't cared that much to even look. And I do news, and I
Right.
for real, because it's so dumb. It's so dumb. I don't even want to waste my moments looking at the reason why they're trying to impeach this dude. They've been going after with Hunter. The dude admitted he smoked crack. And they just
still gonna go after.
They own him. They're not gonna let it go. I mean, the dude was a cokehead and a crackhead, and he said he did all the drugs. And they just, long as Biden in there, they gonna mess with that dude.
Yep.
They was like, he did drugs while he had a gun. So now they going after him
it's
again.
a problem.
Yeah,
right.
it's a problem. He had a gun and he was doing, like, it's so dumb. It's so political that it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is.
You know, so I wish that the respect for the other side would come back, but we know that the Republican Party is going to look cuckoo. So they've lost it. Yeah, they lost it. They've lost it a little bit. So we can't expect the people to negotiate with crazy people. Yeah. So maybe, I don't know what's going to change their side, but McCarthy has signaled his preference for avoiding a closure. So hopefully the hard right flank will come around and we can avoid the shutdown. But
we'll see.
Right.
We'll see.
We'll see. It's ridiculous. So Arizona's sweltering summer could set new record for most heat-associated deaths in the city. America's hottest metro area is on track to set an annual record for heat-associated deaths after a sweltering summer, particularly in Phoenix. Public health officials in Maricopa, a home to Phoenix and Arizona's most populous county, said Friday that 289 heat-associated deaths were confirmed as of September 16th, with another 262 deaths under investigation. So 500, over 500 something deaths. Damn near 6.
We saw a lot of those come through the hospital this summer.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a lady actually fell and suffered a really bad burn.
Whew.
Yeah.
On the street.
On the street. Yeah, she was an older lady, had a ground level fall. The burn was so bad. You don't even believe it's that hot until your bare skin touch it. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. On that story, they said about 3/4 of Maricopa counties confirmed heat deaths so far this year were outside, including at bus stops, as well as in yards, driveways, parking lots, and parks.
That's ridiculous.
And about 44% of those who died were people experiencing homelessness.
You already know.
In a county where an estimated 10,000
homeless people
don't have access to permanent housing. They also said that there have been 74 indoor heat deaths confirmed so far.
How do you have? Oh, because you don't have air conditioning.
Including 63 in homes where the air conditioning was not working.
That's insane.
Or turned off.
That's insane.
Oh man, you can't have it, man. There's no way you can live in this
like
state
literally it's
without no.
You have to have air conditioning in this city.
It's a must, man.
But I think it's a law where as long as the inside of your house or home or apartment or whatever doesn't, it has to be at 82 degrees. 82.
But I mean, for an older person, they can't handle being at 82 degrees all day.
Right.
If they're sicker or weaker, that's going to be a health issue. So I don't understand that, man.
I don't know, but because I remember when I was a kid and we would go around a lot of elderly people, they would have the house super high.
I think it's different people that have different ailments. You know what I mean? So they may have different ailments where they don't really feel that heat, and they feel really cold all the time. You never know what they could have going on. So, but that's definitely true that you go to grandma's house, it's hot as hell. But
that dang plastic is sticking.
You be in there sweating all across the plastic.
That's just how it was, man. My grandmother be in there baking pies. It's hot as hell.
It's already hot. And did you go throw a pie in the oven?
Yeah, buddy. You
they
better
live
not
by
complain.
it.
Yeah.
They live by the oven. You know what I mean? So, but food was always excellent.
Always.
Every
good.
time.
That's for real.
My grandma used to, my stepdad's mom. Like I would see her cook, and she would like just grab stuff with her bare hands. I'm like, that's the craziest thing.
That's how you know Grandma Raw.
Right.
That's how you know you spend too much time in the kitchen. I have these hands for a reason.
Callous
My
hands.
daughter is like, I need something. I'm like, just give me that. She's like, she looks at me, all right, they know.
Right.
I remember one time it was boiling water, and she put her hand in and grabbed the hot dog and just took it out.
Right out.
I was like,
inhumane. We ain't even feel that.
That's
at all.
There's been times that she had rolls in the oven and just take out the tray by her hands. I'm like, what the hell?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
Give me an
I've done it a couple times where I just reach into.
Do y'all know the temperature with which women bathe? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do know that.
Yeah.
And that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Burn my skin off every time she try to. What? Man.
Hey, come take a shower with me. I am okay.
No. You don't want to be the dude in the back. It's freezing.
Like I feel like dudes are so picky with their water temperatures, especially.
Y'all be taking some
lukewarm,
cold showers.
Lukewarm. Right.
Y'all want to be cold.
I want it to be like warm, but
I don't
not
like
too
my
hot.
skin being melted.
I need it to be 104 or hotter. That's the only way I'm gonna feel it.
I need the water to be hot. Yeah, open up all the pores. Clean it all out.
What y'all doing in there? Sweating in the shower?
Yeah. Just open your pores.
That's crazy.
Y'all in there taking a steam bath.
Exactly.
Getting boiled in there.
In a sauna.
Oof.
Half cold, half hot.
Oh no.
I showed the last place we had where it was set at a certain setting. I used to get mad
every time.
All the time. You know, I'm just always mad. Like, what? How are you even taking showers in this? I can't even step in this shit. I don't understand it.
He showed turn the shower on after me. Oh, he got to turn it down and then wait a few minutes before stepping in to make sure the water cool back down.
Skin made out of? But let's talk about Joe Biden is going to establish the first ever White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention to be overseen by Vice President Kamala Harris. That's good, man. I know some people just want all-out war on the streets and they want guns everywhere, but we have to figure out how we can stop gun violence and how we can prevent kids from getting their hands on guns. We have to do something, man. We can't just sit back and do nothing and watch our kids die. Absolutely. And in this country, schools, they don't feel safe, and we don't feel safe anywhere anymore. And
more and more kids are taking guns to school.
Right. And they think it's a game, that one took it to school. All this, I was just doing it for show and tell, and I thought they're friends, and then, who knows what can happen from there. So it's tough, man. I think we need to having someone in place to look at what happens, how many times it's happened, the statistics of what's going on. You're going to be able to figure out which places we need to be able to sew up maybe some laws. Maybe we need to do some things differently this way. We know we're not going to get rid of guns because these people are insanely scared for everything. They live their life in fear. I understand that. But we do have to put some things in place to protect the kids and keep people safe. So let's do this, man, and hopefully they can come out with some. And it's been like 30-something years since we've had something in place to look at the numbers and the statistics, because they outlawed it.
Wow.
They outlawed it.
Didn't they outlaw it in like 90?
It was like 99, 98, something like. No, it was 95. After Clinton, because Clinton did a assault weapon ban in the 90s.
Yeah, he did the assault weapon ban.
So after the assault weapon ban,
that's when they did the outlaw of the.
Right. So it was it was during George Bush's tenure, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm like, I know, I remember them. I remember them talking about that as a kid.
They said you can't do any tests, you can't do any, and you can't look at the numbers, no research at all
gun violence
to look at gun violence.
Yeah,
they banned it. They like whatever. They're in the country is owned by the gun rights people. They're just running everything. NRA owns America right now, and they're just holding us hostage. They're holding our families, our kids hostage. Teenagers, the scariest age, 18 to 25, when you're the dumbest.
They're the most influenced.
Yeah, because you're dumb and you think you know everything, but we all. We was there. I was there. I knew it. You couldn't.
Done that.
Nobody could tell you nothing.
Right.
You knew everything. But that's what it is. You don't realize how dumb you were until you're about 30.
That's the first thing I'm gonna say. I already know that.
Right.
I get it.
I know. You don't know shit.
Don't know nothing.
Not a damn thing.
But they think they know it all.
I know everything.
We was there. We know.
See? That right there.
I was in math class, and one of my teachers, she was like, goes, "Hey Jimmy, go do the problem on the board since you know everything."
And you couldn't get up there and do it.
Actually, I did do it, Iesha, but it was the principle of it.
Right. So we got New Jersey Senator Robert Menendez and his wife indicted on federal bribery charges.
Bribery?
Yeah, man. What did I say? Library? Whatever, man.
You sound like somebody.
Bribery.
Funniest thing that happened to me this morning.
What's that?
He was like, yeah, the badge I got was inside scoring phenom. He was like, what? It was phenom. But he said phenom. I was in a party chat. We was in a party chat. He was like, how you a hater and you stupid?
Oh
my God.
Phenom.
He said phenom.
Wow.
I said that made my morning. I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh man. So according to court findings concealed Friday, the prosecutors alleging the couple accepted lavish bribes in exchange for official acts. And they're Democrats. So they finna get roasted. They're not gonna play this game. And you already know the Democrats gonna go in on them, and the Republicans gonna go in on them.
It happens to a Democrat. We are so like, get them out. We roast them.
Well, they hold themselves to a higher standard,
right?
the Republicans are going to take up for him and say it's
Nah, they didn't do that. They didn't say that. That's not what they
it's
meant.
political, or they're it's a
whatever
witch hunt.
excuse they have.
They're just coming after me.
Right.
Is Biden and his DOJ. That's what they're going to do instead of taking responsibility for doing something incorrect.
Being held accountable for what they said
for what
or
you
did.
This dude did something wrong. I don't give if he's a Democrat, Republican, he has to pay. And he should be removed from office. And if he's been taking gifts, and Clarence Thomas, whatever his name is, he's been getting gifts, and he should be held to the same standards. But the Republicans won't do that.
No, they won't.
And this dude been taking
he's been
gifts
getting
for
way
years.
more lavish gifts than they have been getting.
And then, you know what I mean? That's something that, why are they held to a lower standards than somebody that's in a lower position? They can just do whatever they want to in the courts. That's trash. He shouldn't be able to take those gifts. And if he is taking them, he should be released of his job. But we can't do anything to Clarence Thomas.
Or he should have to make whatever gifts. It has to be known public. We have to know what you're getting in respect to what you're getting.
You can't take bribes under the table from your boys. He's giving you trips to Paris and trips to this. And you going
these
all
cost
these
thousands of dollars.
Man, come on, man. We know what you're doing. You're doing things. You're passing laws and you're putting things in place for these gifts. And especially if people don't know about it, and you work for the public, this is a problem.
Everything you do, including the money you make, should be public.
Damn, man, most definitely, man. So we got my last one is on to you. Then we got Biden said he will join the picket line alongside the UAW members in Detroit. So you know they are picketing right now. We are for the people in the union. You know what I mean? My cousin Money, you know what I mean? He works for him. And so he put up his UAW and he's with it and going on strike. These people deserve more money.
Yeah,
man.
they do. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're providing something that is essential to American life, to how to get back and forth to your job, and these people are providing and building that for you, and they still having problems paying their bills, and that's crazy.
Especially in a society where we live is not walkable.
No,
we don't have walkable communities anymore.
And they didn't. They took away all the trolleys. They took away all the public transportation. And then they said cars, and now no one can afford them, and they don't even want to pay the people who build them. Yeah. So when you worked at one of these factories in the 60s and 70s, 50s, you could buy a new house, take care of your family, your new car. Now these people, they're struggling. And then
people that's working to build the cars can't even afford to purchase the car.
And that's ridiculous. And the prices of these cars are just, oh my goodness, I don't even want to talk about that right now.
Fair wages,
it's
man.
right. So they're going to go on strike. Biden, he has to ride with them because he's supposed to be a union president. So he's going to ride with them, and he'll be down in Michigan to lead this on, and hopefully they come to the forefront and get something done fast, because nobody want to see a strike. They've been firing people all week to try to get these,
and they've been doing layoffs too.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing. Instead of coming to the table and talking, they just been laying off people to try to get these people to not
come back to work.
Yeah, to not strike. It's crazy. So you know what I mean. This how they playing. They playing dirty, man. It's a dirty game, and it's always been dirty. The unions. If you go back and you read about the unions and how people had to fight and die to get fair wages and fair compensation for what we was doing,
and fair access to healthcare,
and safe environments to work in. How many people had to die? How many people had to fight, go to jail, kill, murder? Read about the union wars. You read about that stuff and how people fought and died.
And the protests.
Yeah, man. It was a big deal because they didn't want to give us anything. And it's still the same thing. The rich trying to hold on to their money. And now they have more money than they did back then. Way more. So we're doing a worse job than our parents did of keeping ourselves in a type of situation where we can feed our families. The money said, well, we can't even afford the groceries. We can't even buy cereal. We can't afford the cereal that mom used to buy anymore. It's $10 now.
inflation.
Right. It's ridiculous. And our wages are still the same as our parents' wages. We have to realize that
That's
how
40,
important
50, 60 years
Right.
of wages that has been stagnant.
stagnant. And the prices of everything
It's
just
going up.
keeps going
It's
up
It's like
every
10
year.
times more expensive
Every year.
now than it was then.
Yep. What you got?
Same-sex marriage is banned in the Navajo Nation, but that is soon changing.
Really? Okay.
Yes,
Where's the Navajo? What they say where Navajo Nation is located in?
the Navajo Nation stretches across Arizona, Utah,
Oh, so they're around northern Arizona,
northern
Utah,
Arizona.
up in, okay, for sure.
Yeah, it says back in June, the Navajo Nation Council delegate Seth Damon introduced a bill to repeal the prohibition of same-sex marriage. The legislation has cleared 3 committees and faces one more before it can go before a full council.
Right.
Meanwhile, the key Navajo leaders have voiced support for the measure.
Okay.
And they said that if the bill clears the committee stage, one of the guys that's assisting putting the bill through, Nelson, he said that he expects it to go before the full council by mid-October.
Welcome to the 21st century, Navajo Nation. It only took you 23 years to get here.
Actually, not 23 years. In 2005, that's when the Navajo Nation decided that they were going to outright ban same-sex
But I mean,
marriage.
how could they ban it if it was never even? It wasn't legal here. It wasn't legal in America yet.
Until 2015.
Right.
But they still had on their laws.
It was banned.
It was banned.
They thought about it beforehand. Like
they thought about it beforehand, right?
Before y'all start getting crazy.
Right.
But they said that if it passes this last committee and passes council, that's going to have a ripple effect on indigenous nations across the U.S.
Yeah, I would hope so, man. You can't,
because as it stands right now,
none of the nations haven't.
They can't get the same benefits as same-sex marriage couples get.
That's what it was always been about.
It's just been about the benefits of being able to receive your spousal benefits or being able to file taxes jointly together
on their medical, whatever,
to be able to help make decisions for them if they ever
Yeah, that's what it's always.
That's what it's always been about.
Yeah, because you can't pick. You can't say, "Oh, it only can be a man. It can only be a woman."
And that's how the Navajo Nation defined it back in 2005. It's only a man and a woman.
Nah, but that's just unfair.
But
you never know who's gonna be there for you. You know what I mean? So that's just different.
Yep.
You got anything else?
Not as far as news. We can go into hot mess.
All right, go into the hot mess.
Or comic books or sports.
Where are you at?
I was with Jimmi.
There's 2 people up there with Jimmi.
Yeah, I hear her with the door.
Good job.
Which one are we going in?
Hot mess.
Hot mess.
Get ready for the week's Hollywood Hot Mess with Iesha Rowan. Sponsored by...
We're sponsored. This is going to be by Creative Drill Sergeants. You know, they do a lot of partnerships with us, and they are a veterans group that helps people through music and art. Contact them at creativedrillsergeants.com. But they are a great group for veterans to come to and to help out, to be able to get through and maybe get through some of their stresses through music and art and other creative ways.
Definitely. This week's hot mess. Yeah. I just want y'all to know. This is a hard line to cross.
Right.
Especially when you're a registered sex offender.
Oh, got him.
Who we talking about?
Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty. He's currently serving 120 days house arrest for threatening Offset on social media amid Nicki's and Cardi B's Cold War.
Online threatening people when you're on probation.
Yeah. It is a violation of his existing probation as a registered sex offender.
Yes, ma'am.
They are saying that Nicki Minaj shouldn't have married this guy. He's ruining her reputation. He's
Hey.
setting her back.
I don't know why she with this dude.
That was
Why is she still trying to defend
She
him?
loves him, man. I get it. But dude is a sex offender, man.
That's all I need to know.
Right.
That's all you need to know
I
right
don't
there.
want to know nothing else about him.
Right. That's it, man. We
See, the
had
universe-
Especially when you a woman and you have kids.
She had a kid with him,
Right.
didn't she?
Right. So now you put into a situation of I know you a sex offender. I got kids.
What was it?
With
Do we
you.
know the case? Was it he was messing with a young girl or
I
something?
can't remember. It was out at some point.
But-
They
It
tried
was
to
a while
slide it
ago.
under
But
the
we
rug,
also
though.
know like Designer.
Yes.
He's a sex offender
He's a
right
sex
now.
offender right now.
But
I think
where
they said
was-
he showed his.
Yeah, he was on the plane.
Yeah.
So now
Mhm.
he's a sex offender
They
for the
say-
rest of his life.
Saying
Yep.
his
For doing
lawyer denied those claims.
it don't matter. He's guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty.
That's
So,
indecent exposure. At
yeah.
minimum.
Right.
They can deny it all they want to. He had to went to court and he lost. Now it may be a situation where he got railroaded. I don't know. I've
Right.
never heard of nobody getting railroaded for something like that. But they had enough proof of somebody who was saying he was doing something. So
For him to be a registered
Right.
offender.
that's hey man.
Look, that's
We
all
had
it
a
takes.
situation out in Phoenix with something like that the last couple weeks. I'm not gonna say any names because they, but it was some crap like that going on, and reputations get ruined from stuff like that,
They really do.
and people try to hide their past and who they are
Because
and-
of what
and
they're
when
trying
people
to
find
be.
out.
That's the number one thing. You have to be open and
You
honest.
got to be, man.
You have to be transparent,
Yeah.
especially as a business owner, and you have that
I
reputation.
wouldn't even. I don't understand why you would open a business in a situation like that, though.
Yeah.
Because if you have to, everywhere you
Defend
go,
yourself.
you have to register. People are going to find out about that,
Always,
and
always.
then
Every
when they
time.
do, you have to explain what you did. And we seen a company destroyed from something like that this
Yep.
from last couple of weeks. So
We did.
anyway,
But moving on to more funny things
Mhm.
in life. Singapore Airlines had
Mm.
to refund a couple $1,400 after the dog farts on them for the whole flight.
Oh my gosh.
it was somebody else's dog.
It was somebody else's
Oh
dog,
yeah, I would
And
have
they
had to
were
get my
just
coins
farting.
back. too.
and it was described as a boxer rock. It was a boxer
Ugh.
mixed with something, and it was growling and snoring and snorting
Oh,
and
yeah, I'm gonna
everything
need
this
y'all
whole
to run me
flight.
my
And the
coins
flight
back,
was
too.
13 hours long
Yeah, I'm cool on
Why
that.
wasn't the dog in
And-
In a
a
kennel,
in the
right.
in a
kennel?
kennel. Don't
That's
know,
crazy.
but the dog was on the plane with his
Unless
owner,
it was a what's they call
And
those dogs?
a
when they-
service
A
dog,
service
Yeah.
dog,
a service
Yeah.
animal. It could have been.
I've
Mhm.
been on planes with some of the oddest animals you can think of. So I'm quite an avid traveler. I travel quite a bit. I've been on a plane with parrots. I've been on a plane with horses.
What the hell?
I've been on a plane with bats.
How you put a horse on a plane?
Yeah. I've
Same
been
where
on
they
a
got
plane with
snakes
the
on the plane.
horse. They got snakes. Yeah, the parrots had me going.
on a
I've
roll
had
today, huh?
eagles,
But
they sit
Wow.
right on the little neck part. Yeah,
the dog was just they said the dog was just letting them
Letting it
loose
loose, huh?
the entire flight.
oh no.
They said it was so bad that it took them a while to even negotiate with Singapore Airlines before Singapore Airlines was like, all right, you know what?
We'll give
Oh
your money
no.
back.
Here your
I
money
would've
back.
outed y'all already.
I'm surprised Singapore let them people have the dog up there because that's such a
They're
strict.
such a strict country, so you can't
country.
chew gum there.
Can't do anything in there.
Nothing.
When I went, I literally was just like, "Oh, it's so nice. Okay,
It's so
time to go."
beautiful, right?
That's
because
all
you can't do
can
nothing.
I couldn't do nothing. I went somewhere, I ate. I was very like,
It's
was like you
it's
were
one of
sitting at
those
your
things
grandma's
where you
table.
right where you go to grandma's house and she got the living room where
Yes,
you can't
everything's wrapped in
touch,
plastic.
Man.
You got
And
one little corner
everything.
square in the house. where
You
and
you
that's
put
the
can
only
sit.
spot
gum.
you can touch.
Yeah.
You
That's
put
right.
gum anywhere, put it.
Oh, that's federal time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was doing time.
Swats. They giving you the 30 lashes.
Yeah,
Right.
Nobody wants that.
nah.
We had to save a kid who was over there. I think it was back in the 90s. He was over there spray painting cars, and they was about to
Oh.
give him 30 lashes.
Yeah, he should have took those.
Man, and the America had to go save him and get him out of
Yeah, I
there
believe it,
because he was about to
cuz-
get him. They about to tear his butt up.
Yeah,
They don't play that, man.
Not at all.
No, they don't.
You don't come over there messing with that.
That's
They
why I was
tough.
surprised that it took them that long for them to
Yeah.
even
They don't-
get
that's
money
a lot
back.
of money too, man.
Yeah.
But
But it was a
international-
13-hour flight. Who
Right.
wants to be sitting on a 13-hour flight
Woo,
next to a farting dog?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we'd have had a problem.
I'd ask for my money back too.
You'd have a problem because I would be like, man, can you move me, please?
Right.
Get me somewhere else. I've been getting pooted on the whole flight.
Right. The silent poots.
Ugh,
Yeah,
nasty.
those smell the worst.
Oh, that's gross. But yeah,
Now that's a hot mess.
definitely a hot mess. But let's get into the comic book corner.
Before we hit this game. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Comic Book Corner. Sponsored by.
So
Sorry,
we got
I had to
we got
set up like an hour.
Ashoka this week, man, was pretty good, man. We got to see a totally new galaxy for the first time. Open up a number of storytelling possibilities for Star Wars. We got to see Sabine.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch
with the little nodie creatures. That was pretty dope. Finding Old Boy was pretty dope. Ezra. They brought in Thrawn. That was pretty cool to see him. So it was pretty cool, man. We did a good job, and I think that we did a good job of getting it. I think they did a good job of putting it together. You know what I mean? And everything was really good, man. Almost did that little kid laugh.
I saw that.
But yeah, man, I think it's a show that's worth checking out, man.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it because I'm kind of lost. Every time you start the episode, and you love to do this. You love to start the show when I'm running around playing with Jimmi. And then I come back and sit down and I'm like, what's going on?
Because you're not paying attention to it, so I already know that. That's why I just started, because I know you're just going to be looking at your phone.
That's not true. Because I be running around with Jimmi half the time. And then I come back and sit down, and then you be like, oh, this is what happened. Be like, oh, okay, whatever.
We got some more rumors on Deadpool 3. We got director Sean Levy reveals MCU sequel pays respects to the Fox Marvel history. So they're gonna bring back a lot of the people from Fox. It looks like what the director is saying. So that's pretty dope. We want to. It's a lot of people putting out a lot of information, and we want to make sure that I don't know. I hate. What I'm saying is I hate when people go out there and put out so much bull, and then people be so hyped for the movie, and then they get there and they let down, and that's what I think we do too much of.
They expect too much from the movie.
You know, you want to keep your expectations tempered a little bit. But I like how the director said this, though, that he was just like, it's going to be a respect to the Fox Marvel history. So we should see some of the characters throughout history. But some of the things that I've been hearing online is crazy. The people, how much shit they think is going to be in this movie. My bad. How much stuff they think is going to be in this movie. It's crazy. They just think everybody's going to be in this movie. And they thought the same thing for Doctor Strange. And then they was all like, oh, it sucks because everybody.
Yeah, they would definitely have a movie flop just because they expect way too much from the movie. And then it doesn't happen.
And then it don't happen. And then they're like, so I don't want to do that to Deadpool. I just
try not to have too many high expectations.
Yeah, I'm like having dude
if
Ryan
you
Reynolds
have under expectations, you'll be surprised when
it's gonna be good, man. And I'm not getting caught up in all this craziness they doing. So in sports, run that, and we go to the game. We out.
Habari Sports.
So
no, Cardinals are trash
really?
this year, man.
Really?
Cardinals got to have one win this year. Why not have it be against the Cowboys?
Yeah,
we all know how Cowboy fans are. They be like,
and I'm a Giants fan, so I can't talk too much. We got ran through. So.
Yeah,
that was bad.
Well, they beat us last week, so
yeah.
But we have the Cowboys coming in, Micah Parsons coming in. So Joshua Dobbs, whew, that boy gonna need some protection this week. So hopefully we can keep that man upright some ways. We can get some type thing going on. We got Connor, hopefully he can get a little bit. He had a decent game, 150 yards. So hopefully we can get something doing, man. I think they didn't allow a sack if I'm not mistaken, even though we still lost. So hopefully we can keep Parsons off our quarterback, and we can have a decent game, man. I'm gonna try to stay positive. I know we don't have a chance in hell, but we are gonna stay. We gonna stay positive though, man.
Bird gang, gang, gang.
So hey, hopefully we can pull it out, man. I doubt it though, man. But I'm gonna say the score is gonna be 35-14 Cowboys.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
if the Cardinals could put up
14, that's good.
It's looking like a touchdown, the field goal type situation.
Right. He gonna put it as a high score game, 35-14.
But their offense, they've put up pretty much 40 points every game so far.
It's only been 2 games.
Right, that's what I'm saying. 2 games, they put up 40. You think our defense gonna be able to stop them?
Hell no.
Right.
Our defense gonna put up some negative
points.
We
played well for 3 quarters last week though.
Yeah,
dude, I don't know how we lost that game last week. I was like,
my homie from work said Cardinals going to Cardinal.
Cardinals going to Cardinal.
That's like any Phoenix team, they're going to choke.
Chill on the Suns this year.
Yeah,
chill
man.
on the Suns this
right,
year.
chill.
I don't want to hear it. My boy Maytu is here. He got Udoka.
Yeah, man. We gotta get it going this year.
We gonna do
if we can't get it in football, we gonna get it in. We gonna get it in basketball.
Chimazé personally this season, so I'm gonna make sure he coming.
We getting a parade this year. Parade. But anyway,
calling it.
Run the game, bro.
Parade.
All right, so just 10 questions real fast here. See if you have any.
Let's get ready to play trivia for Loot. Sponsored by
Trivia.
For Loot. This week we got 10 questions for you. If you get 7 out of 10 correct, you will get a Habari Entertainment t-shirt.
You ain't even made old girl a t-shirt.
I gotta get that made this week.
We gotta give it to Bridget. She gonna mess you up.
I know. You ain't gotta tell me. I know. All right. First question is, what is this?
Rutabaga? I don't know.
It is not rutabaga.
No, it is not.
It looked like it's half potato, half broccoli.
But yeah, that's what I ain't want to say broccolini. So
Green onions.
Dog, I don't know what that is, bro.
What is that? Do we get to find out?
You will get to find out once you get that little soundboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It is celery root.
What?
Wow, that's horrible.
Celery root.
That's horrible.
And he done went all the way too far.
Oh no. I gotta.
It wouldn't click at first.
All right. Our next question is, what is this called?
That's jackfruit. But I did know that before you rolled over.
Right. He just went
That's
right
jackfruit?
over to the. Yes, that is jackfruit.
That
Oh, I've seen
is jackfruit. So
that.
a lot of people use it. A lot of vegans use it as a
jackfruit.
Yeah.
As a meat.
Go back to it
when you
again.
char it, it has a very meaty taste.
Go back to it again,
It's
Jimmy.
thick too, so jerk chicken.
So that way you guys can see what it looks
Yeah,
like.
I felt like
So the inside is like white.
It's like a
then-
stringy white.
Look
Huh.
like what's that?
When you
Pumpkin or something.
Yeah,
like
I've had it.
papaya or
Yeah, I've had it
pumpkin
once.
when you
When
shred
But,
it.
melony.
I felt like I've seen these before, but maybe not.
They sell them here at
Yeah.
the Asian stores.
Huh.
Jackfruit.
That's crazy.
A lot
They're
of people
huge.
use it. Yeah, they're big,
Yeah.
like dragon fruit without all the scales.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, bro.
All right. Next question is biltong. I'm not sure if correct me on pronunciation. Is the South African form of what?
Oh man, I don't know too much about South Africa, so if I had to guess, biltong is the South African form of. Can I
No.
process of elimination here? No, I got nothing.
Bill song. That's what it's. I don't see it. Oh,
Dang, it's
it's
the South
BIL.
African
TONG.
Wow,
South African
biltong.
form of eggs. I don't know.
Dance.
No.
It's
No.
food.
It's a food.
Oh, okay, it's a food. I got nothing.
What's wrong with you? Go ahead, hit the next button, man.
Chicken.
No. Jerky.
Jerky.
Wow.
Okay. I didn't even know South Africans eat jerky. That's not something we eat a lot of.
Watermelons are native to.
Oh, I think South Africa.
It is South Africa.
But I think you.
You got that one.
Oh no! Go back!
All right. Name this dish.
So that's jollof rice for sure. The stick is suya or some kind of like a skewer. The sauce is more than likely the sauce that you can dip the chicken and go over top of your rice.
Mhm.
So it's going to be some kind of soup. Can't quite make it out, and that's a salad in the back.
Wow, man, that look good, man.
Oh, okay. Jollof rice and a goosey soup. They missed
goosey.
it. They missed the meat, so I get +1.
Good job.
True or false? Storing fruit in a paper bag can quickly ripen it.
True. Storing fruit or particular vegetables in a paper bag in a dark place will almost always ripen it.
Really?
That is true.
Plantain is something I do with plantain all the time. So it's hard to find ripe plantain in Arizona.
Yeah.
So the stores that do get them, I buy them green,
Mhm.
and I do. It's like a forced nitrogen
Wow.
kind of method.
I learned that on my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
So I do. So I have mango in my cabinets right now, waiting for them to
Wow.
ripen.
Whatever, Jimmy. We don't believe you.
What is this
That's
called?
all nothing but fruit there.
Hit the next button. What is this called?
It looks like some kind of yam.
That is weird. That's
It looks
what
like
I
some
know.
kind of yam. I don't know.
It is not a
Not
yam.
a potato.
What the hell
Is it
is
a
I don't
that?
know what that is. Maybe. Yucca.
I don't know what that
I got
is.
nothing.
Is this type of fungus?
It is a lotus root.
What?
Okay. Sounds Asian
Sleep,
for
bro.
sure.
Oranges.
What is this fruit? Name this fruit.
That's hard.
Yeah, that's hard, bro.
Lychee?
No.
Lychee?
All the lychees, I know those are darker.
That color
right?
is throwing me off.
Yeah. I've never seen those before. They
It's
look
not
like
Guinness or nothing.
they look like habaneros.
No, because it wouldn't be as smooth. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hit
that's
me.
a hard one.
That's a hard one.
That is a kumquat.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know where y'all get these questions from. Because I would never cook with a kumquat.
This dish is called what?
Oh my god.
That's what it looked like. Ooey gooey butter cake.
I hope it's not mashed potato because it's whole.
Nah.
It better not be mac
It
and
was
cheese
cut
'cause
out of
it's
there.
missing the cheese. And it's covered with what, paprika?
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
This is horrible. Whatever it is, I know it don't taste good. So I don't know. I get around the applause because nobody's
Right.
getting this one. Like,
Nobody gonna get that
It
right.
is called. Look, you gonna have to correct me on pronunciation because most of these dishes.
Melter. Oh my
Ain't nobody heard of
gosh.
it. You heard of that?
That's got to be German or something.
No, it's an African dish. It's an African.
Melter.
It's a.
Oh
Well, I think it
my
was
gosh.
a Moroccan.
Milk turds.
Mm.
That's what
You
it sounds
said
like.
milk turd. I'm done. I'm done. All right,
That's what it sounds like.
Melkert. I'm guessing that's the pronunciation of it. I don't know, but
Milk curt.
it does give you that texture of a.
It's known as the queen of superfruits.
Yes, this is known as the queen of superfruits.
Rick James.
All right, dang.
Oh nah. Is that supposed to be like white?
Okay, I was Eddie Murphy.
It looks like garlic, but it's not
That's
garlic.
my
It is
favorite.
not garlic.
Because garlic's not a fruit.
And it's known as the queen of superfruits.
Cow.
And that's
I
the
got
fruit
nothing.
right there.
That is the fruit.
What?
When you
looks
split
like,
that open,
looks
that
like
is what
crack,
is in
man.
inside.
It looks like crack, bro.
Yo.
I'm not gonna
Is that
lie to you.
cacao?
Baking soda.
It does for real.
I
It
got
looks-
nothing. I don't know.
It's called an African baobab, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it.
Okay, I've
Baobab.
heard of a.
I've never heard of that, man.
It's a baobab.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have heard of that.
Okay.
Oh man, I gotta get on my trivia. I suck.
She kills everybody.
I
so.
suck.
Hey,
I
look.
suck.
I think Bridget was
tried.
the first person to win ever.
She was.
No, there was somebody else. There was one
Somebody.
other person.
But
We
look.
owe somebody a diss track still.
Oh, do we?
Oh yeah, we do.
If you would have hit me with West African, I would have crushed this. So
I just tried to go with all of African's cuisine.
I
Yeah,
respect it.
and
I
not
respect
right
it.
instead
I
of just
respect it.
Nigeria.
I tried, but there really was
Wasn't
no
a lot of trivia on
like that
Nigerian
was
cuisine.
To
specifically
Nigerian.
right.
Okay.
Well, whatever. But
I tried.
we thank you, Chef Patty, for coming through
Thank you.
and talking about your great food truck
Thank
and
you.
teaching us about these great dishes that you have.
Thank you.
One more time, please let the people know how to contact you and how to get the food truck.
Yeah, so best way to find us on the food truck is going to be on our website, lasgidicafe.com, food truck
Lasgidi.
tab. Let's get it. Social media, Instagram's probably where we're most active on, at Lasgidi Cafe PHX, at Lasgidi Cafe on Facebook. I'm dabbling into TikTok, so Lasgidi Cafe PHX there as well.
There you
And our
go.
phone number is 602-800-9532. Phone's always next door, so
For
go
sure.
ahead and give us a call.
For sure, man. We appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
It was great to meet you and great to talk to you about your
You guys should
meal.
try the food.
Definitely.
Oh, man.
We're gonna have
Can't
to.
wait either.
Yeah, well, you
The
can start with the
sauce right here?
sauce. So
Yeah.
Sauce right here, y'all gotta go get y'all some.
yeah.
All right. So we'll figure out. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna
Okay.
get over there and get with you and figure out a way to try some of this great food. We're gonna have to. We'll make it happen. We have to
Yes.
text you or something. Let's see where you're at and just go over there.
Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, and not to mention, you was the winner
Oh
of
yeah.
the off the menu.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Off the menu.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I knew I had to throw that in there at
Yeah.
some point today.
Yeah, man. And you you hardworking.
Thank you.
So everything you get, you really deserve it. We really
Appreciate
Yes.
it.
wants to see nothing but the best for Lasgidi. And like I said, we're gonna catch up with you and figure out,
For
track you down and get this
sure.
truck.
Look,
Where we
One
can
of
get
these
some
days you'll
food.
catch it. I
For
know some
sure.
people that's been
No.
trying for months now.
We're
so.
gonna get you because we're gonna text you. We're
Yes, I
gonna know where
appreciate
you're
it.
at.
You know
what
where
I
I'm
mean?
I see the menu on Instagram. I know where she finna be at for the next
She see me. She see me.
We got you.
Thank you.
Cool. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. I am Damon Dickman Ellison, and we will see you guys next week.
Holla holla.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit www.habarientertainment.com. See you next week. Peace.